Hi dear friends, click on the like button and the subscribe button, hit the bell icon and don't forget to follow me on Instagram.
Hi guys and welcome to another vlog, and we start this vlog with a very cool feature that is with this remote. So straight away into RC parking, clicking it to connect to the car, and it is connecting now. So I have to get closer to the vehicle into Wi-Fi range, and there we are connected. Need to press this button and I press engine start, and you can see there's no one inside the car and the engine has started. There is the rev counter. It's activating the remote control parking. So let's see how much time it takes. Oh, now it's all ready. So you can see there's no one inside this car, absolutely nobody, and it's moving. There it's moving. This is so cool, and this thing actually works smoother than the one which I found on the BMW 5 Series. So here, moving ahead, and just it is so smooth and so cool that you're able to park your car using a remote. Obviously you can't keep driving it for long. There's a distance, maximum distance with which it will travel, but it is such a lovely feature. Honestly, you should always use this feature so that people will be like, what just happened? So it's very good to prank with people. Just imagine you park this car between two other cars and with the remote. Obviously the sensors are very active, so right now I'm behind, so it won't move because it thinks that I'm in its line of sight, and it can also move its steering wheel. That's how cool it is. And here we are. I have parked the car right in the position I wanted it to, thanks to this cool remote, and I press the engine stop button to turn off the car, and there it is. The car has been turned off. Not only this, I can set the temperature in the vehicle from this remote itself, pre-condition, that is the range. It's saying 445 kilometers, vehicle information, and lock and unlock the doors, what not, including the windows. So this is so cool in this beautiful lovely car, the BMW 7 Series. So let's quickly start talking about this vehicle, the 7 Series. Before that, let me change the location. So here we are, and these are the regular keys of the car which don't need to be charged. And first off, I'm straight away going to go to the headlights of this 7 Series G12 model. So these are the BMW laser lights. They offer tremendous view at night. They illuminate the road brilliantly well, and you can actually see completely what's ahead, like even far off. And here is the headlamp washer. When you press it, it will come out and spray water on the headlights. Parking sensors, lot of them on this car. There's a front camera over here, and you can see the overall design of the 7 Series is an evolution of the previous model. So if you are a layman, you might not even realize this is the new car because they look kind of similar. Obviously this one has a lot of chrome treatment, and you can get chrome treatment on the front, rear, side, everywhere, and wood on the inside with the Design Pure Excellence package, which is called as DPE. This one is the M Sport. So you get these chrome exhausts, two of them, one here and one there, and there's this chrome line which runs from one tail light to the other. There's the camera over there, the BMW logo 730LD, which is locally manufactured in India. And from here you can see those speakers. Wow, they look really nice and big, but the design is terrific. So M Sport also brings you these 19-inch wheels, and the rear gets 275/40 rubber. Meanwhile at the front you get 245/45 rubber, Pirelli rubber of course, because it needs to offer the best grip. And you can see the disc on this car is bigger than the wheels on a Maruti Swift. That's how big the disc brake is. M badging over here, M badging even on the remote, the M colors. And the length is mind-boggling. Just look at the length of this car. Makes it very difficult to drive in the city, isn't it? Again, there is a camera over here, likewise on the other mirror as well. Let's quickly open the hood. So this is powered by a 3-liter diesel motor, which is an inline 6. So you can see it doesn't take much space on the inside, and the engine is positioned far ahead. Headlamp washer fluid is all the way here on the corner. And obviously it is a twin power turbo engine from BMW. The design is so understated yet so elegant, and being a BMW, obviously it has to stay true to the other BMW design language, which means that it might be mistaken for a 5 Series as well by some people who don't know much about the car. Anyways, it has soft closed doors. So basically if I don't close the door, if I just push it like this, it will suck it in, and there you go, door closed. Let's get inside the rear seat. So straight away, let me tell you that there are plenty of controls, and there's an ashtray here, because if you're buying a car worth almost 2 crores, you need to smoke. I don't know what's the logic, but still. And this is to recline the front seat completely to make it kind of a bed for you. This is to turn on the massage, and you can save your setting preference here. It has memory seats. So once I press this button once, massage has turned on. Let me turn on the screen. So here I press it and it just shows me what is the massage level. Now in order to control this thing, I have to go through this screen, which is a Samsung tablet positioned over here. So this is to turn it on, and need to go into the menu left. Here I go, and now I can control this menu. So almost everything over here can be controlled using these buttons. Vehicle settings and all that jazz can be seen from here. It's not the slickest around because obviously it is a Samsung, and you can also remove it like this. So although it is kind of cool that you can control the full rear seat using this tablet, it feels cheap to have a Samsung tablet in a BMW. They should have offered an iPad at least. So this is how you control the whole thing. Meanwhile, if I get back here right now, see, it's not the most responsive. Come on, bring me back. So if I press sun protection, I can open and close all the sun blinds using just one button. So there you go, sun blinds closed. So there's this light over here as well as over there, and so that you can look at yourself, there's a light here as well. So there are plenty of massage options. Just click on this and gets me into massage. Now if I can choose to open every sunblind in the car, all I do is press one button. There is a panoramic roof at the rear as well as at the front. The front one opens, the rear one doesn't. And you can see there's this treatment over here which kind of glitters at night, red or blue, whatever theme you chose for the interior. There's the sunblind here as well. So plenty of sunblinds all around. So in order to give you privacy, now if I press this button and if I keep it pressed, then look at what just happens. So this seat will go all the way ahead and it will make a complete bed similar to what we see on the S-Class, but this one doesn't get a proper footrest like the one on the S-Class. There's no tray either like it was there on the old 7 Series. This particular front seat is the only one where you can't get a massage, which is kind of unfair to the person sitting there. And the problem is that, you know, by mistake people end up pressing this button, so directly now the person who's sitting there gets straight into the windshield. I can stretch my legs like this and sit in extreme comfort. The headrests are also very soft. It has this pillow on the headrest, very soft. The seats are extremely comfortable. Under thigh support is good. There's good amount of headroom, leg room. Everything is perfect at the rear seat. But I don't like the controls of this tablet. I find it much easier in the Mercedes S-Class. Meanwhile, when this goes all the way ahead, the person driving the car cannot see the left side rear view mirror. In the Mercedes S-Class, it does warn you saying that move the seat behind. You won't be able to see on the left side, but not in the BMW 7 Series. Imagine your chauffeur getting that warning and he's asking the owner to be like, can you move the rear seat back and not rest right now because I really can't see what's happening on the left. Now using these buttons, I can open and close windows. So this is to open the sun blind over here, and I can also open the sun blind over there. In order to close it, I press it once again. This is to open the rear sun blind and close it, and this button is to open the sun blind of the rear roof. Air conditioning works very well. This is a 4-zone climate control system, so 2 zones here. So I can cool and heat my seat at the rear as well. This is for cooling, this is for heating. Let me turn it off right now. This is for the air conditioning, and it will actually show you the temperature here on the screen. There it goes. Meanwhile, there is a headphone jack over here for both passengers. There's an HDMI output and aux as well as a USB charger. Now over here you get a storage bin, but unfortunately it doesn't get wireless charging like in the S-Class. Even at the front there is no wireless charging. These are the controls for the seats. I can recline them the way I want, and this is for me to close. So this will bring back the seat for upright seating. You can see there's so much leg room on offer here. It's like plenty, and obviously the headrest goes down, the screen also moves around accordingly when you put this into position, so you can easily see whatever is there on the screen without even having to move yourself. The seats are extremely comfortable, very very comfortable. I actually slept in this car properly for a couple of hours while it was being driven, and I didn't realize anything at all. That's how good the rear seat of this vehicle is. Obviously 3 people here is kind of a tough fit because there's a big transmission tunnel here, and if I push this all the way ahead, this seat is kind of hard and there are no controls then left for anyone to operate anything at the rear. And if you're sitting at the rear, you want to definitely operate the controls. You can see all the buttons here. It's for lumbar, this is to adjust the seat, and this is to, you know, move the footrest up and down accordingly. The footrest should have been over here, not so high up. The space isn't as much as an S-Class because me being 6 feet 2 inches tall, I really cannot stretch my legs to the maximum to sit at the rear seat when the seat is pushed all the way ahead. So you can see there's plenty of leg room. This is in my driving position. Imagine if I push the seat all the way ahead, how much space will be there at the rear. So the rear seat is definitely very 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 comfortable, and with this tablet, and you can also control the interior light. There's mood lighting, there are multiple colors on offer. Again, not as extensive as the S-Class, which has like 64 colors, but you can still choose what kind of light you want on the sides, what you want in the middle, what is the brightness you want for them. Again, you can choose what kind of setting you want for the seats, and except the driver, you can choose for every other seat from here at the rear. Otherwise, when the driver is driving and you put in some position, then you won't be able to drive. You can decide what kind of position you want, comfort position, and if you want to go to a set position, how you want the tray and everything. It's so easily controllable over here. If you want to flip this forward, or if you want to move this or that, or anything for that matter. So moving this front or rear, look at this. It is so easy. This seat is just amazing. The kind of controls, again, you can decide lumbar massage, upper body massage, whole body massage is what I've put right now. The shoulder massage, this back massage, whole body activation, upper body activation, pelvic activation. You can decide the intensity of the massage. So it's kind of crazy at the rear, definitely. And this is the BMW Vitality program, which I really don't understand what it is, but still I'll just give it to a try, and I have turned that on as well. So an extensive rear seat, it basically says that the Vitality program invigorates your body. To commence the program, press your shoulders into the seat. First of all, you set the intensity. To complete the program, you work through 7 exercises, and if you do it well, you'll get 3 stars. And wow, I mean wow. Why would I want to do that? But still, let me turn it on. So it's calibration under process. So basically it's kind of an exercise for me, and in order for me to lose weight, but I don't really want to lose weight. I need to wear my seatbelt to do this right now. But anyways, so this is the rear seat of the car, and there is door handle here, coat hook, lights at the rear, 2 of them on either side, plenty of space. But this thing doesn't open, so you can access the boot like in the case of the Mercedes S-Class. Door pockets are huge. You can keep a lot of stuff here. Doors open wide enough so you can step out without having to really move. And the AC vents are there on the B pillar as well in the center. So the rear seat definitely deserves a thumbs up, but still not in the league of the Mercedes S-Class, because the S-Class is just more focused towards rear seat comfort. Look at the seat, so comfortable. M badging here, I don't know why they do it. Why do they make a M Sport of a 7 Series? Why BMW? Why? So if I press this button, I can open the boot. And the boot isn't very big because it does have a sort of a box outline. So there are cubby holes on either side, and here is the first aid box. Meanwhile, you get a space saver for the spare tire, and it's a smaller size, doesn't even get an alloy wheel, and it's restricted to speed, but you can keep a lot of stuff here. This is the manual, and it's so big. Honestly, owner's manual is like how many pages? There must be like something like, I can see almost 500 pages here. So that's crazy, definitely. And unlike the S-Class, here's a button to close the boot lid. That is something which you expect from cheaper cars also. So not really a big deal. Now let's get into the driver's seat, where I will show you some party tricks of this car. First things first, the seat is extremely comfortable. Let me turn on the car right now. So the car is turned on. And as you enter the car, the steering will come down and the seat will also move, so it gives you plenty of space to move around. Meanwhile, there is one USB port here. This is the other key, which is out of battery because there is no wireless charging for the key, unlike in the 5 Series. And the air conditioning chills the cabin in no time. Really very powerful, the AC. So if I press this button, seat heating will turn on, and if I press this button, seat cooling will turn on. And right now the massage is also on, but to set temperature I can also move this. It's a touch screen. One second, first the AC needs to be on, so I can just move this to set the temperature if I want warm or cold. That is again so cool. This touch system is really very unique. Keyless go is there. There is push button start, and keyless go works on all doors. Push button start, and this is to turn off automatic stop start, which conserves fuel. Meanwhile, there is a mirror here with lights, similar over there, mirror with light on the sun visor. So these buttons are used to turn on the light. This is for the light, this is for the other light, and this is to open the rear sun blind, and this is to close the rear sun blind. Meanwhile, this is to turn on all the front lights inside the cabin. This is to open the sunroof. Not really a very big sunroof. You can see these sort of dotted elements. They look really cool at night. Multiple airbags, obviously, without asking, and there is some storage space here along with a USB port and a 12-volt charging socket. There's also a light here, so that's the kind of attention to detail. Now the glove box isn't big enough. You can barely keep stuff here because there's this big space which has been taken by the fragrance box. So obviously the fragrance will be used, so it will be easy to replace it just by removing it from the glove box and putting a new one. Meanwhile, this button is to put the seat back into position if someone really moves it ahead or behind and kind of tries to recline it. This is the one to use to put it back in position. Now this is the memory seats, and obviously it gets electric adjust for the seats. I'll show you the buttons here. These are the buttons for the electric adjust, so you can adjust it in each and every possible way, including lumbar support, as well as, look at this, under thigh support. How cool is that? So you'll never complain that the under thigh support is lacking on this car, because you can do that as well. So when you click on this button, it will activate massage, and here it is. Again, I can decide the intensity of the massage and what kind of massage I want. Right now I've given it whole body exercise. Again, there are memory seats here for the driver as well, and all the controls for the power windows as well as the rear sun blind. These door handles look very nice. These controls are for the headlights, and this is to lock the car. Now you can see the steering looks very nice. This is a M Sport variant, so it gets the M badging here, 3-spoke unit. These are for the cruise control. These are for the audio as well as the mode in the cluster, so you can go through this cluster and decide what you want to go through. So it has 20 GB of storage in this infotainment system, which is a 10.25-inch unit, and it looks very nice and easy to operate. Obviously this iDrive is super slick to operate, and it also gets handwriting recognition. You can obviously write using this touchpad, and there is the click wheel. You can also use touch. Meanwhile, there's also gesture control. So let me play the audio for you by using gesture control. Now there are multiple gestures which you can use in this car, like picking up phone and increasing the volume and all that stuff, but it's kind of gimmicky, doesn't work the best. As you heard, the audio system has very good quality. This car gets a Harman Kardon audio system with the speakers offering very good output. It is just like a disco in this car. So these are the controls. It gets a CD player here as well. This is for the AC, the lower one. This is for the audio system. The air conditioning, like I told you, works brilliantly well. Cools the cabin in absolutely no time at all. Now of course you can change the design of this TFT screen. Obviously it depends on the mode you're driving into. So in Eco Pro, the tachometer is removed and it shows amount of charge and how much it's charging. This is for the comfort, and this is for the sport mode. Now this is a very legible one. However, this particular car doesn't get a heads up display, which is optional, and there are a lot of optional equipment including a night vision camera which actually shows you people walking in the night if they're ahead of the car, which you cannot see with your human eye. Then there is of course lane keep assist. There's also cruise control, which will actually apply brakes till the speed of 210 km/h if something comes in the way, and it also can follow another car, something similar to the one on the Mercedes S-Class, but it is optional in the 7 Series.